So there's been three more murders, actually. 3 more were killed overnight in 2 apparent home invasions. This is September 16th, so 2 days ago in Louisville, Kentucky. So what is that? About 100 killings so far, about 100 people have been killed in Louisville so far, including cop and officer-involved shootings. Right? That's how you're supposed to solve problems, right? You come up to the scene, then you say, shut the heck up, and if they don't shut up, then you just start blazing away. And when you're being run by a criminal government, then the people are going to follow your example. You lead by example, and when you're a bunch of criminals, then you're going to have a criminal population. So not a big shocker that all these murders, all these homicides are happening, but this is getting out of hand. This is insane. And then you want to talk about marketing. You know, perhaps Greg Fisher should have actually listened to Occupy when we were talking about the economic inequality. Perhaps the police brutality. Perhaps we could have not put the black man shooter, you know, of the Viper Squad, right? Johann Stimley. He killed a black man, Clifford Lewis, and then he was put at the head of the Viper Squad. So that's good choice, right? Good choice. He kills an innocent black man. You want that man to be the head of your Viper Squad, your special unit teams that goes around with this gun grab and just terrorizing the neighborhood. Well, they're terrorizing the neighborhood. Now, my guess is that you have all these gangs, you have all these gang wars. And so you just up the ante, right? You're going to have marijuana everywhere, which is a stupid, you know, the war on drugs has completely failed. If this has ever been, you know, a good, I don't know if it's poverty or war on drugs, but, you know, the stakes are higher. The stakes are much higher. So if you're poor and you need to eat, well, then, you know, going into somebody's house seems like a good idea. And if you're trying to be a small businessman, an entrepreneur, and you're selling, you know, you're slinging some weed, then if somebody wants to snitch on you, I mean, the stakes are that much higher. So, you know, we're not actually going to the roots. We're not solving the roots of the problem. We're just having the peripheral, right? Just go out there and just arrest a bunch of people and stuff our jails full of a bunch of people, and that'll solve it, right? That'll solve it. I don't think so. In fact, I think all you're doing is victimizing those who are poor and powerless enough to be stupid and actually trust that the police have your best intentions in mind, because they don't. But the real criminals, the tough guys, the, you know, Al Capones, they don't play, you know, no games. So, you know, when it comes to when they pull somebody over and you pull off to the side, you will get screwed over. But if the person runs and takes off, or if they do a home invasion and they run away, they won't catch them. They won't actually catch the real criminals. They never do. So it says it appears there's some type of burglary attempt. This was neighbors in the Esplanade Avenue. They thought a random break-in their neighborhood was concerning. The homeowner shot the intruder around 2:30 a.m., so actually this might have been a good thing, right? One person didn't want to be identified, told us she heard her dog barking at someone walking around the outside of her neighbor's home. She heard gunshots. When they got to the scene, 1 man was dead, but they said 3 people were killed overnight. Less than 2 hours before the incident, police say someone broke into another home on Nancy Lane in Pleasure Ridge Park. When officers arrived, they found 2 men dead inside the home. Right now, investigators say they believe both victims lived there. So whereas one person has castle law and they shot the intruder who was doing the home invasion, the other 2 victims were the people that was inside the home. So there was a home invasion, they were inside the home, and then, you know, they got shot. So they believe that that was a home invasion too. So they come in and they were trying to rob the people, and they shot the people that was inside of their home. So it turns out one of these cases there's a hero, right? The person who stood up and shot the home invader, which is horrible, right? I don't want anybody to die, but if somebody's coming into your house, that is an invasion, and you have castle law. You have stand your ground, you have castle law, and you have vigilante laws here in Kentucky. So that person did exactly what they needed to do. Don't wait for the police, because the police won't get there. They'll get there too late, and they won't go after the people that actually robbed you. If anything, there's a greater chance of them victimizing you even further. That's what this Matt Bevins, the governor of this state, is doing with his shock therapy. So the brutalized will get further brutalized. The victims of poverty is a death sentence, they will be further victimized, and it's only exacerbating the problems that we have right now without solving any of them. They're not being solved. So it says, believed at this point both are residents of the home, says Dwight Mitchell, LMPD spokesperson. It came out as a home invasion. We haven't been able to substantiate that yet. We haven't been able to see if there's anything stolen, but that's how it has been appeared to be reported to us. So they have not said whether any arrests have been made or if they think that the break-ins are connected. So I'm not for sure where this is at. They're saying that around, I don't know, there's one in Esplanade Avenue, and then the other one is around Nancy Lane and Pleasure Ridge Park. So I'm not sure how far those two places are. Nancy Lane and Pleasure Ridge Park and Esplanade Avenue. So, you know, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if one person or two people are sitting there. One person got shot, so there could have been several of them, right? But there was one house stolen, another house stolen, another house. Are they just going house hopping, trying to take as much as they can? And, you know, the first house, you had 2 victims, and then in the second or the third house, one of the intruders had got shot. Whether they're connected or not, nobody knows. Perhaps these are completely 2 isolated incidents. This happened 2 days ago, September 16, 2016, in Louisville. So about 100 homicides so far in Louisville, but it's not just Louisville, it's the entire state of Kentucky. People are getting shot all over, and the entire state is seeing an increase in homicides. So, you know.